All right, let's dive right in. We're going to break down the wild, high-stakes world of AI models as we head into 2025. You know, the entire landscape has been turned on its head, and we're here to figure out what it all means.
So, let's just ask the question that's on everyone's mind. Who is actually winning the AI race right now? A couple of years ago, you could probably point to one, maybe two names. But today, well, that answer is a whole lot more complicated.
And that's because the rules of the game have totally fundamentally changed. It's not just about building the one single biggest, smartest model anymore. Nope. The entire nature of the competition has shifted.
To really get who's ahead, you first have to understand the new battlegrounds. You see, the AI race is now being fought on three totally new fronts, and these are what's shaping the entire market. Let's break them down.
Okay, so those three big trends are efficiency, scale, and capability. We're talking about really clever new designs like mixture of experts, absolutely massive context windows, and a huge push towards AI that can actually do things, not just chat about them. Let's start with mixture of experts, or MOE. Think of it this way. Instead of one giant, power-hungry brain that costs a fortune to run for every single question, an MOE model is more like having a whole committee of specialists. So when you ask a question, it just calls on the 2 or 3 experts who know the most about that topic. This is huge because it lets the models pack in an insane amount of knowledge while being way cheaper and faster to operate. It's a direct solution to the crazy costs of building these things. Now, let's talk players. First up, you've got the titans: OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. These are the big, established leaders, right? But they are not just sitting back and relaxing. They have a really sophisticated strategy to protect their spot at the top. And their strategy is basically a two-part play. First, they're using that classic good, better, best model. You've got the super powerful, super expensive Halo products like a GPT-5 to signal that they're the leaders. Then you've got the workhorse models for developers and cheaper versions for everyday tasks. But the second part is what's really fascinating. They're now releasing their own powerful open-weight models, basically as a defensive shield against the open source movement.
And this lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have their flagships, their crown jewels. These are designed to be the absolute best and to make the most money. But on the other side, you have their open-weight models. Now, these aren't just charity. They are a strategic weapon. Their job is to stop companies like Meta from completely owning the open source story. And it keeps developers building inside their world. It's a really smart pincer movement.
And they need that defensive play because of the open-weight revolution, which is being led by players like Meta and Mistral. These guys are shaking up the entire market by dropping incredibly powerful models that are free, that are customizable, and you know what? They're now going toe-to-toe with the best closed-source systems out there.
To get a sense of just how big this revolution is, just look at that number. 10 million. That's the context window from Meta's latest Llama model. To put that in perspective for you, that's enough to feed it an entire massive software code base, or a whole library of financial reports, all in one go. This isn't just a slightly bigger number. This unlocks completely new things you can do that were just impossible a year ago.
Right, and it's so important to understand the why behind this. As one key market report put it, these features, like a 10 million token context window, they're not just small upgrades. They are strategic weapons. They are specifically designed to go out and win huge, high-value enterprise deals. It creates this massive competitive moat for the open-weight camp.
Okay, so beyond that main fight between the proprietary giants and the open-weight revolutionaries, we've got a couple of wildcard disruptors. I'm talking about companies like xAI and Perplexity. And these guys, they aren't just trying to run the race faster. They're trying to change the rules of the race itself. And their strategies couldn't be more different. On one side, you have xAI. Their bet is on building a better model for a very specific job. By plugging Grok directly into the real-time data from X, they've built this premium, specialized tool that's incredible for current events. Then you have Perplexity. Their bet is on building a better application. They don't even make their own foundation model. They just pick and choose the best models from everyone else and wrap them in a super reliable answer engine that gives you citations. For Perplexity, the value isn't the AI, it's the experience they build on top. So, okay, we've got all these different players, all these different strategies. How in the world do you choose? This brings us to the real payoff.
Let's turn all this strategic talk into a practical guide, something that'll help you pick the right AI for what you actually need to do.
First things first, let's talk money, because the price differences here are just jaw-dropping. Take a look at the API costs per million tokens. The key thing to notice is just how massive the gap is. Look at the price to get output from a top-tier model versus one of the smaller, faster ones. It's not just a little cheaper, it can be 10, even 20 times cheaper. This is that good, better, best strategy in black and white, giving you a real choice between raw power and pure efficiency.
Of course, performance still matters. And for really specialized work like software development, wow, is it a tight race. Check out these scores for solving real-world coding problems. The top models, they're all clustered together, separated by just a couple of percentage points. It shows you just how fierce the competition is right at the cutting edge.
So let's put it all together in a little cheat sheet. If you're doing complex reasoning for a big company, you're probably looking at the top proprietary models. But if you need to analyze a mountain of documents, well, the open-weight llama model is really in a league of its own. And what if you need AI to run on a phone? Then you're looking at these super efficient open-weight models. You see? The right choice depends entirely on the job you're trying to do.
And that really brings us to the core takeaway here. In 2025, there is no single best AI. The market is way past that now. Today, the best AI is simply the one that's right for the task at hand, balancing what you need in terms of power, cost, and control. It's all about context.
And with all this incredible choice, from these genius-level proprietary models to unbelievably capable open-source ones that you can tune yourself, the power has truly shifted into the hands of builders and creators. So really, the only question left is the most exciting one of all. What will you build?